Today.
It is just us. One.
Oh, who is it? Who are you? Speak to me. Run off.
Two.
Say hi, whoever you are.
Three.
Morning. Bit of Bucks Fizz, obviously.
Mark Khan is watching.
Oh, be careful what he says. Just ignore any comments.
I've learnt.
The hard way.
6.
Ace. Hope everyone's good. Everyone's good this morning. It's lovely and sunny out there again. Hope everyone's done their exercises. Mark, hope you've done your exercises. Let me know if you've been exercising this morning. Me and Kelly have done Joe Wicks. That sounds wrong. Me and Kelly have done the 20 minutes or hot.
PE. 20 minutes.
Yeah,
PE.
20 minutes PE. Yes, it says they're out of date, but they've been frozen before someone picks up
Oh,
on
yes.
that. Right?
Sorry. Zooming in on that.
Always use out of date stuff. Red wine. Only the best. $5.75. It actually wasn't that much either. How many are we on at the moment?
6. Everyone's still having a lie-in, obviously. 7.
And some of you must have done some exercise this morning, some form of exercise.
Mark's working today. Take care.
Oh, Kelly was very dubious about saying that out loud.
I was just trying to read it to myself in case it said something else.
He's gallivanting around. Or just sat in his car. Telling his wife he's gone to work, drove around the corner, sat in his car.
Obviously not driving because he's watching.
And sat on Facebook. How many are we on now?
7.
8.
8. They're all just catching up. 9.
See, they want to come in for the cheesecake. They want to come in for the best part.
10.
That's at 2:30, the cheesecake. Well, they started the cheesecakes now. Something's wrong with this. Right, shall we make a start? So, we're going to do slow cooked spicy pork. Now, this is where you need to take the initiative a little bit because it's literally stuff that I've got in the cupboard. But if I show you the basics of how to do it, then you should be able to do it. Does that make sense? So you want to, yeah, good.
Yep.
Show me the oil. Okay, keep up. So a good slug of oil. It doesn't have to be olive oil. It can be vegetable oil, sunflower oil. Right, and then we want our. So I'm using pork steak, shoulder steak. You can use chicken pieces, preferably stuff that needs slow cooking. So you could use chicken breast, obviously it won't need as much cooking, well, nowhere near as much cooking.
There's no bone in them.
No. So this is obviously off this part here. It's off the shoulder of the animal. So it's been working a lot. So it needs to be cooked nice and slowly. So you can cook it in. Ooh, that's making a right old racket. So it can be cooked in the oven, or we're going to do it in a slow cooker today, which is over there.
Oh, with the dirty tea bags.
With the dirty tea bags. Okay, so you want to get that quite hot, nice and like a medium heat, not quite smoking. Oh, it's pretty much smoking now. You want to get some colour. You want to brown these steaks off. So if you could use again, you could use chuck steak like beef. Classically, obviously, it's not slow cooked with tomato beef, but you can do chicken thighs, chicken legs, drumsticks.
Do you open that window, please?
Right, and then salt and pepper. If you're not sure how much salt and pepper to put in, then just put a little bit and then you can add it later. So how many are on at the moment?
19.
19, oh cool. So we're going to keep that a nice steady heat. Get some colour. You can also use venison. Dave Barnes over at is it Woodlands?
Woodlands Cornish venison.
Amazing venison. Like the best venison. If anybody wants to get hold of that, message me and I'll point you in his direction because it is thoroughly amazing. It's the best tasting venison. This here I've got from the supermarket, this pork steak. Because I got some the other day, I knew they were going to go out there, so I froze it down. Stuff I use from the local butcher, local supermarket. I try to use as local as possible though. You've got Cornish Bakehouse up the road. Not Cornish Bakehouse. Cornish Bacon up the road.
Land Meat Sea, beef and beef lamb.
Dan at Land Meat Sea. He does amazing lamb and beef out of Widmouth. We'll turn it down a little. You want to brown it all over. We don't put the meat in. Just make the sauce and then put the meat straight in. You want to brown the meat to hold in all the flavour. Right, cheers everyone. Bit Buck Fizz. Was it Lanson did we open this morning? Was it Moe? Well, it was Moe this morning, wasn't it? With the finest orange juice, there we go. Just to complement the Moe. Okay, so we need an onion, we need garlic. Now you don't have to make this spicy. I'm making it spicy because I like a bit of spice. Okay, so where's that?
Jane Braunton's noticed you've got odd socks on. She's asking why. Do you really want to tell her why?
Jane, I don't think we need to be exposing why I'm wearing odd socks, do we? So can I say the real reason why I'm wearing odd socks? Because Kelly hadn't done the washing properly. And if she hasn't, look at her face. No, it's because I went to put one on this one. Anybody that knows me knows I might have this thing of having holy socks. So I went to put one on this morning and one of the socks had holes in it. So you see that one there's getting a hole in it. One had a hole in it, so I threw that one away and I had an odd sock, which was a black one. So that, I appreciate your observation, Jane. Not. That's up a little bit too low. Okay, so onion like we did the other day, so peeled the onion.
Wow,
Again,
California, sorry. Shelley Perez Martinez from California's on.
Thank you very much, that's amazing. Wow, oh blimey. What time is it in California right now? I wonder. So, sorry, let me know. Shelley, did you say?
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Let me know, Shelley, what time it is. So, round that way, round through the root, and then don't go all the way through. And then across like that, and then down. And then I'll show you what I'll do is I'll also show you with this one, if you want to do slices, take the root out, and lob that in anyway, and then across it, so the root's in there, so across the onion, do slices like that. So check the pork, you can smell it browning up now. You could chop this down into pieces, you don't have to do it in chunks.
I normally would. I would normally buy diced already.
Well, yeah, okay, we can do. Okay, so the onion, obviously with this sort of dish you want it diced. You could do sliced if you want. I'm just showing you how different ways of chopping an onion. We'll lob all that in together. So we'll just do one clove of garlic under your knife and then break it up. What time is it in California? Has Shelley got back?
No, not yet.
What time it is?
8 hours or something? Is that West Coast, California?
I don't know. It's America somewhere, I'm not sure.
It's not East Coast, so I'm pretty sure it must be West Coast. Oh, can you use tenderloin, Michael Sargent, for asking?
Not really, not if you're going to slow cook it.
Would that be a waste?
Yeah, it would be a little bit of a waste. You could do, but it wouldn't be as nice. So you could make the sauce. You can make the sauce with the garlic and the onions and the spice, or leave the spice out.
I've used a loin of pork before. It's just a cheap one from Lidl's, like £3.
Okay.
And then it shreds at the end. It goes like pulled
Oh,
pork.
okay. Well,
Makes it
maybe
like,
you can, but
you say overcooked. I say shredded.
I say tomato, you say tomato.
Tom's.
Okay, so what do we want now? Pepper. Chili. What you can do, what I do, is take off the tip, and if you want to remove some of the seeds, then just roll it like that. Then you can.
What did we learn the other day? It's not the seeds.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point.
Sorry.
You just hold your horses.
Didn't know if you'd remembered.
Anybody who thinks, see, you can get the seeds out like that. You won't get all of them out, but something we found out watching the programme the other day, I was going to say I knew this already, but as you want to expose me, is the real heat is actually like the membrane, this part here. It's not necessarily, obviously the whole thing's hot, but the main heat comes from the membrane. Oh, it's quite interesting really, after all these years of... Right, okay, so let's get... So then take the pork out, or your chicken, or your tenderloin if you want to do that. Just brown all over. Put that onto a plate, onto a dish, leave to this one side. Then a little slug more oil.
No, same pan.
Yep, same pan.
Those
Add your
onions making my eyes sting.
And then here we go, quickly on the chilli. Just chop the chilli down. There we go. We'll lob all that in. Garlic, onion, chilli. How many viewers are we up to now?
33.
33, oh nice. Obviously that looks a bit messy with the different onions in that, but you just don't have to, nothing's set with cooking. People get worried about, like with the bolognese and rice, it doesn't matter. Oh, that smells amazing. And then pepper. And a whole pepper, and it can be red, green, yellow, whatever colour you want. In half, then just pull.
Oh my word, it's 2:42 a.m. in California.
2:42, wowzers! Are you up cooking pork at 2:42 a.m. in the morning? I went to Las Vegas, Nevada, in January. I think that's close to. I'm not even going to comment because I might know somewhere. California's probably nowhere near 3 hours and hours away. Right, pepper like that. You don't need to waste anything. See? Even break that bit off. People like take the whole thing off and that you lose half this top part. Don't need to worry about that. You know, it's just wasting food. And down like that. Just chop it into chunks. Probably help if I had a tea towel something under the board, making myself look nice and professional here.
You're probably using the wrong side because one side's
Yeah.
non-stick.
If you want to be really chefy, you could roast it in the oven so it's nice and golden, and then strip the skin off. But at home, we don't need to be worried about making chefy. As long as it tastes good, doesn't matter. Right, pepper in as well.
Sorry, Shelley, you're asking where are they from? What are you referring to?
Me?
Saying where are they from? I'm not quite sure
Where's
what.
who from?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Oh, right, sorry. The people in California, or where the vegetables are from?
Possibly where the pepper was from?
West Country Fruit Sales.
Probably don't deliver that far.
Okay. How many viewers are we up to now?
39.
So nice. Thank you very much, everyone, for well, taking the time to watch. There's one person or 20 people, 50 people, 100 people, it's amazing. Okay, so something that wasn't on the list, that you can put some white wine in there. Red wine's better, that complements the pork and the tomatoes. So slug of, I'm just trying to, I think I need to do first. Smoked paprika. Big fan of smoked paprika. More smoked paprika the better for me. Smell of that is going to be amazing. At this point you could have dried chilli, you could have normal paprika, you could have cayenne like we added to the bolognese the other day.
Oh, Postmaster Luke watching. Hello Luke, great
hello,
work
Luke.
you're doing.
Postmaster, yes sir, yes sir. I saw your piano playing, I'll be honest, it sounded a little bit out of tune. You'll be cursing me now. Yeah, do you know what, it's actually sounded really good. So we've got the smoked paprika and they come nice and close now, so that looks good. How amazing does that smell?
Smells amazing.
How amazing though. That's just sniffing up your nose.
Edible.
So in there we've got our so we fried our pork and then we took that out. And then we fried onions, and we've got in there onions, garlic, peppers, chilli, smoked paprika, and we just want to...
Wasting the wine.
Wasting the wine.
Oh. It's our last bottle, Dave.
Like that. What did they used to do?
That's our last bottle.
I'll get some more. Was it Basil Fawlty used to do?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's like that or something.
See, when I do a slow cook, whatever, I just chuck it all in the slow cooker. I don't do any of this prep work.
That's fine. Yeah, that works fine.
Does it not taste as good though?
No, it won't taste as good. But that works out. If you're rushing in the morning, your kids are under your feet, lob all this, chop it up, and throw it in the slow cooker on low. Then when you get back in the afternoon, you've got a meal. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Because I could do that now, but if you can fry everything off and get some flavour into it, then even better. Next, a little bit, just a spoonful of tad of flour.
Does it matter which flour?
No, this is plain flour. So a dessert spoon of flour. This will help to thicken it. You can leave it out if you want. If you want gluten-free, you can put gluten-free flour in it. Again, it's not paramount. Okay. See, so you can hear that. Hear that cooking? You can hear the flour cooking off. Yeah, so it's not frying anymore, like properly. There's hardly any moisture, any oil in there. It's all been soaked up by the flour. Okay, so back in with the pork. Oh no, hang on a minute. I'll tell you what, let's put in, sorry. Baked beans. I hate baked beans with a passion. They're absolutely rotten. It's the only food I really hate. Because they're just haricot beans in tomato sauce, but it's dreadful. But as they're in the cupboard, because other people in the house like to eat them, and it's a good staple, then we're going to lob it into the... Oh, excuse me. We're going to lob it into the...
Louise Edgecombe's asking, she usually lightly flours her meat. Is that wrong?
Yeah, no, you can do that as well. People do that. Sometimes I might do that. You know what? It doesn't really matter. Some people do things different ways. It's the same outcome. Exactly the same outcome.
Oh, look at those beans.
Tomato puree, a little, again, about a tablespoon. No, not tablespoon, dessert spoon, sorry, heat dessert spoon. Now, on the recipe, if I just take that off the heat for a second, don't have to do that, but smell those baked beans.
Eat that, just like that.
Now.
It's like the best baked beans ever.
No, leave it on the heat. Sorry, I'm just going to explain something. So on the recipe, I've said about using kidney beans. Now you could put pimento beans, or haricot beans. We put haricot beans in there, but the ones that are tinned, whatever beans you like. But I realised last night I've got a lot of potatoes to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave out the beans and I'm going to add in some chunked potatoes and get them cooking down, because as you can see they're going green and need to be gone, whereas the canned stuff, they'll last for months and months and months. So again, hence why I'm trying to do this, to teach people you don't need to stick to a recipe. You can use what you have in the cupboard. So, but if anybody's got any questions for me about all this, about what they can use, just message me. My supplier didn't have any small cans of baked beans, so I had to purchase a large, very large.
I'll come back to give it some perspective. What are we going to do with them now they're open?
Either. So I'm going. So you want 2 cans. If you need more, you need more. Put more in. Proper that is. So these baked beans just drowning. The baked beans are actually taking on flavour now, which is good. Baked beans are pretty dreadful. That might start up like a whole debate. A little bit more tomatoes as they're there.
Soup? Could you turn that into soup? Lee Vernal's suggesting.
Yeah, you could do. Yeah, definitely. You could blitz it down, or you could make it even more water. You could sit loads of water, loads of chicken stock, vegetable stock in there, more beans, and you could actually have a proper hearty soup. Good shout, Lee. Next, we'll lob in the sweet again. Sweet corn. You don't have to put sweet corn in there, but I have got sweet corn in the cupboard, so I'm putting it in there. Need to keep up the vegetable intake. Ooh. How many are we up to now?
42.
42. Ace. Amazing. I wasn't sure who would be on today. That's amazing. Right, then what we also need to do, you need a little bit of water. Just so if you come in a little bit closer, see it's a bit too thick. Want a bit more. The pork's got something to really get itself stuck into when it's cooking. Ooh. Right, now at this point, salt and pepper. You can taste it if you want. I'm bothered now because it's not, the flavours need to cook out a little bit. You need to get the pork in there. So limit your seasoning. You don't want to over season it. Again, like I said the other day, you can't take the seasoning out. Season as you go. So next, I'll tell you what we'll do. Stick the pork in. See all the juice that's there. Don't, whatever you do, it's criminal if you throw that away. Get that in there. Get that immersed. Drown the pork in the sauce. Okay, so next with the potatoes, you could eat that just like that. Stuck some more beans in there, whatever, some pimento beans, whatever it might be. But as I need to get rid of these potatoes, all I'm going to do is keep the skins on, make sure they're not absolutely filthy. If they are, give them a little wash off. You can peel them if you want, but I don't really see the point. So we just want some chunky pieces. Do you know what? Just do it, mate. Let's get a tea towel.
So Lee's asking, did you put mustard in the cauliflower cheese? That's yesterday's. Did you put mustard in?
Lee, did you watch the video? Asking for. Oh, well, I've just asked him. Did you watch the video? He's gonna be laughing. Did you? Okay, potatoes in half, like that. Keep them nice and chunky. And just lob them straight in. They're going to break down. Doesn't matter though, does it? I don't think so. It's going to be cooking for like... Do we need that other one? Just want to leave it like that. Yeah, we were going to do it with mash, weren't we? Which I've just remembered we said about mash. But you could do some mash later on. You can do some sauteed potatoes. You could just boil these up as you want. I remember in primary school, Mrs. Wickett used to bring round, and she used to, potatoes anyone? She used to have these peeled potatoes, and they'd be like a whole baked potato peeled and boiled and then do like dump this whole boiled potato on your plate. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. So if you can do boiled potatoes, do them nice. Maybe do them some butter, put some herbs through it. I do apologise about the impression. Okay. So we're good to go. I think that's everything in, yeah. So you can put it in the oven into a, where's that dish? You can put it into like a metal dish or like a Pyrex dish. As long as you put a lid on it or foil on top, you're good to go. But as we've got a slow cooker, I'll tell you what, where's mine? So we'll put everything in there. Let's turn this off.
It's got to fit.
Oh, it's going to be a bit of a squeeze in there. In the oven, you want to put it in for about 3 to 4 hours, depending on, check about 150. Check in about 3 hours. If you want to stick some, if you've got an OXO cube in there, crumbling an OXO cube, I haven't got any of that. What you could do as well, a little bit of water. There's quite a bit in there. You don't want to waste anything. So, give it a bit of a mush round. Okay, right, then let's get that in there. Get this up away. Anybody got any questions so far? Sounds like everyone's very quiet today. Everyone's getting used to these lazy mornings. Okay. I reckon, what are we on? I think we put it on medium heat. If we're going to eat about 5 o'clock, should be good to go by then on the top. If not, then you leave it a bit later. But it should be cooked by then. Right. Any questions, anyone? Any questions, children? No? Where's everyone from then? Lady from California, that's amazing. Lee, where are you living at the moment? We've had Kimberly and Michael, they come from Canada, which is amazing. It's probably, what time is it in Canada? About 7 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 hours.
4 or 5 hours behind.
I think it's 5 now, the clocks have changed.
Why is that doing that? Ooh.
Because you touch the controls with water.
Okay. So we want a little pan.
Peterborough, Lee's in Peterborough.
Oh, Peterborough. So next, we move on to our cheesecake. So with the cheesecake later on, we're going to do the base now, and then we're going to do the main part, like the cream cheese and that at 2:30.
Well, Don Rabson just said, can you use chicken in the casserole?
Yeah, definitely. So you could use chicken breasts, but they will dry out a little bit, so best to use like thighs or legs, something that's on the bone, something that needs to be slow cooked. Oh, no, it's decided not to work. There we are. So we want this on a low heat. So I think we've got in here, what was there, 100 grams of butter. So we want to melt that down. So this is the start of the cheesecake. So we've got the pork on cooking. So you could do this in the morning. When you get up for work, when we all go back to work, or I know there is some people at work still, so maybe if you're still at work, you could put this on first thing in the morning, and then you've got a meal when you get home. You don't have, get up half an hour earlier, 20 minutes earlier in the morning. It saves a lot. Who else is on the Bucks Fizz this morning? Or Moe and orange juice? So, I managed to find some greaseproof, or some bacon, it says bacon parchment, same difference. So with your cheesecake, you can do it in a dish. You don't have to do it, you can do it in a springform tin, you can do it in a dish like this. You could do it in anything, as long as you've got something you can put your biscuit base in and then pour your cream cheese mix in on later. But I'm going to do it in one of these. But you obviously need to put something in the bottom to stop it from sticking. So you could oil it, but ideally you'd want to use, what's going to be the best place to do this? On here.
In here, then we can see it.
So if you want to make a circle in there, fold it in half.
It's a chefy way of doing this.
Yeah, I remember doing this at college, Lee. Dave Trevina probably taught me this. I was in it at college, when we were at college, Lee, what, 5 or 6 years ago? Maybe? Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. So, in half again. And then, like that. I get this wrong. I'm going to look like such an idiot because I haven't got any more greaseproof either. So then you've got it like this. Shake like that. So then you... Where did I put my scissors there?
Got Julian Hurd and Rachel Lacey watching.
Hi Rachel. Hello Mr. Hurd. And then what you do is you find the middle point roughly. And then so you hold, so you gauge it, so you use your finger. So roughly about there. So then you cut it around about, here comes the magic where it doesn't work. So you cut it halfway, alright? So you've got it halfway across. Got it?
Okay.
I hope you're paying careful attention, Julian. So then you cut it there.
So you didn't make it a little round cut, you just did straight across.
Do you know what? In current climate, I don't really think it matters.
Okay.
Let's just cut it. What is it? Piff puff poof. Was it Mr. Was it? Who used to say that? The magician. No, let's move on because I'm looking silly. Even more silly. Ta-da! Wow. Now, that's sort of my life. And now you've got a something like this. You've got a decorative piece. So you've got your pan with your butter on. I'm not that interested, trust me.
And by the way, it's 22 years ago you went to college, Lee's just said.
Well, it wasn't, Lee, I'll be honest, it wasn't 22 years ago for me, it was 6. So I'm not sure why you're making things up. So we've got a melted butter, we've got it's called a cartouche. The cartouche, I'm not sure if it's called a cartouche when it sits in the bottom, but if it sits on the top of a pan, it's called a cartouche, so it might be called a cartouche. Is it called a cartouche, Lee?
No, but he has said that Paul Daniels did Piff Puff Poof, apparently.
Piff puff poof. Oh, was it Paul Daniels, was it? Oh, okay.
And Julian agrees a round cut would have been better. No need to slack, just
Yeah,
because
but,
we're housebound.
Julian, just go and cook your sausages. So we've on our biscuits, so we've got 200 grams of biscuits. I'll take that off. So 200 grams of biscuits in a bag, carrier bag, whatever you want to put it in. And then you can, it's all done before, Smash it around so it's a nice crumb, alright? You can do it like roughly, you can do it really fine, it doesn't matter.
You can use any biscuits?
Yeah, do you know what, you can use ginger nuts, I've got digestives, why not? You could just make a mix of different biscuits.
Ooh.
Have a play around, I don't know, I've never used anything other than ginger.
Hobnobs would be nice, chocolate hobnobs.
Oh, hobnobs would be lush. So then put that in. And then stir in the butter. And let's have the rest. You can blitz it in a machine as well if you want. At work, if I'm making cheesecake, I'll do it in the machine. This here, this is like gold. Butter and biscuit.
Just eat that now.
Oh, should have a go, yeah. Let's get a spoon. How many viewers are we up to?
We're on 26.
Oh, that's cool. Do you want to try that? Yes, I'm double dipping before anybody goes, you're double dipping. Oh. It's my cheesecake, so I'm double dipping as much as I want to double dip.
That is good.
That's good. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. I'm going to put, I don't know, I've probably got a bit too much mix, that's fine. Just eat it as it is.
No, we like a thick base.
Well, any questions so far, children? Dad, I expect you now to not be eating the biscuits and be making a cheesecake. He'll be like, I don't know what to do, boy. Mother does it.
Lee's had to run off. He's got daddy duties.
Ah, Lee. I'm sure the kids are looking after you. So you've got your tin, you've got your greaseproof in the bottom. You could oil it, or what you could do is you could put it straight in there if you wanted. You don't have to necessarily really do that, to be honest. Or you could put it straight into there, or into a Pyrex dish. So you've got your butter, your biscuits, are all ready for later. So that goes into the fridge.
We've got Mike from Canada. Kim's at work.
Oh, hi Mike. Thanks for joining us. Oh, Kim's at work. Oh, that's good. You're sending Kim out and you're staying at home. Good lad. That's what we like.
Jane's asking, is your cheesecake as nice as Auntie Margaret's?
Do you know what? I've had Auntie Margaret's. It's probably better.
What, yours?
No, Auntie Margaret's is good. Tren Creek Farmhouse. I think it's called Tren Creek Farmhouse. Amazing roast. Literally, just amazing. One of my mate's parents set it up years ago, and it's just brilliant. The desserts just proper. That's how I love to spend money on good food, but that's how food should be done. It's just a good plate. Your roast, and then these flipping cheesecakes and meringues and all sorts of gear comes out. Should try it. It's just up the road. Amazing place. Anyway, so we've got our pork in, or you can have it in the oven at 150 for 3 to 4 hours. Just try it every so often. I don't want to give you an exact time, because I don't know what you're going to be using for this. It went in about 11ish. So I'm just going to keep it running till 5 o'clock. So in the oven, probably about 3 to 4 hours. In the slow cooker on medium, it's going to be there all day. All right? Are we good to go? Anybody got any questions?
Back later.
Sorry?
Just checking. Are we back later, or is that?
Yeah, we're going to be back
That's
later. Yeah, I
today.
was just checking. Yeah,
No,
we've
I
got
just
to wrap
wondered.
things up properly.
I just couldn't remember.
So a bit more biscuit. Any more?
There's a bit of a delay on the questions. I think they're coming up a couple of minutes after you
Oh, are they?
ask. Shall we dance for a second, just in case?
That's it.
Or not?
Well, not.
No questions.
No questions. Fantastic. Okay, so back again at 2:30. We're going to finish the cheesecake, and we're going to have a look at the pork at the same time. I wonder whether to make it later.
It's already out there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Leave it at 2:30. Okay, because I was going to do this in the oven originally. That's fantastic. We'll come back at 2:30, and then we'll get it done. We'll have a look at the pork, and then we'll go from there. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. It's amazing. How many are at the moment? 20?
It's 21 right at this moment. 22.
But thank you, everyone that's taken the
23.
time out to join us today. That's ace. But hope we've given you some tips. If you've got any questions, give me a shout. Okay. Thank you very much. See you at 2:30.